Hey there guys and gals, and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa. Okay, so we were about to do the Ishimaru Yamada investigation. First I'd better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it? Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened in the Monokuma file code anyway. Maybe. There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko? Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here? Don't be rude, I'm here to answer your question. What question? You're talking about an accomplice, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial? I love how this is voice acted. This still raises an old point that I made earlier, which is, what happens if there are two murderers? Like, that is something that they haven't done yet in either of the games. That is something they haven't done. So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it. So you are saying nobody worked together this time either? Sorry, can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure that you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in the murder. Only the blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing. Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal. Yeah. Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to do is find the true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true blackened? So just one person? That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all you guys and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. So there can only be one blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko could be connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you? As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation. I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. For the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information. You know, you don't think we should consider a certain someone as a suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend Genocide Show. What? I'm offended. When did you... I've been looking all over for you, master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Anyway, there you are. You there, milk sack swimmer girl. Milk sack? Why do I gotta be a suspect? Well, I mean, you are a serial killer? So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi cry, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body. And besides, I can calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me a murderous fiend for nothing. That's not the kind of thing you should go around bragging about. On another topic, should we post a god by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again. Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure. I'd be totally useless on this investigation anyway. Then that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us have an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. It's definitely not. Monokuma file has been added to the truth bullets section. Let's investigate these first. There are hammers of different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets. Could the Justice Hammers have been disguised using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait. For some reason this hammer isn't dirty at all. And it's wet. Did someone wash this recently? Spotless hammer. Let's investigate Hifumi's body. Hifumi's big cold body is lying on the ground. His really big body. That's mean. That's sizest. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office, where he was discovered, to here, the repository. All the way from the first to the third floor. And all without anyone noticing it? How the hell? It's no good. I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was caused to a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was lying on the ground in the nurse's office. Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. His glasses! That's it, his glasses. When his body was found in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that? Why? Hifumi's glasses. And investigate Taka. Taka. He will never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tar blade out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way, there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was being moved. Blue tarp. Investigate his body more. No? Okay. No, I didn't want to look at Hifumi again. Yeah, we get it. I wanted to look at the trolley. There it is. It's a dolly trolley, same thing. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kinda awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh? But wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. That's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? There is something else about Taka's body, but I'm gonna assume that I have to talk to someone to get it. Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, everyone of us has an alibi. The last thing Hifumi said when he died. Yeah, he said Hiro's name. And then there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kinda dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's another clue hiding in there somewhere. There is! And is that it? That's all that bothers you about this case? Well, no, there are a few things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is... why'd they bother killing two people? What? Because all the rule says is if you kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So, if you're the killer, your number one priority is not getting caught. But killing two people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out. Hold on. Perhaps... I see. So that's what that means. Is everything okay? Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Huh? What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation. Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Sakura? There are many aspects to the instant this time, too many to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened. Would you like my help? Yes please. Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met up in the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search. And soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her. Meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo Justice. It also became clear that Robo Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the second floor. We took him to the nurse's office on the first floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office, what's wrong?
I saw a shadow. Something moving around on the top of the stairs.
Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up on the second floor where we split up and began searching. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect on the third floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the third floor.
Celeste, what's wrong?
That was rather an intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him, that strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down the hallway and disappeared.
And then... And that was Hifumi. Huh?
Oh, what was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been...
Hifumi!
He's in the nurse's office.
This is bad. Come on, we've got to get back. At that point, we decided to split up into two groups. Celestina and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, Yubiyaki and Toko pursued the suspect on the third floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse. Which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the third floor to tell the others what had happened. But at the same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. Which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. That's important, because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. And then that's when I showed up and told you that Byakuya and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then Yumi and Byakuya all headed to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd just arrived to tell us something very unusual.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was in fact gone. Then we remembered that we had abandoned unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all of this or something? This time Taka's body had disappeared. So from there we began our search for both of the missing bodies. And after some time, Celeste had told us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. And there we rediscovered the two bodies that had apparently vanished. And that brings us right up to now. Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know, I'm fine anytime. Okay, well, that helped a lot because we have a list of places that we need to go back to.
Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository.
Huh? What is it?
After After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. And we came here to the repository to, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside, just like I did. It was locked. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it anyway? And why is it unlocked now?
I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. But I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Basically, there's only one way in and out of this room. Through the door that Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from in the art room. The door can only be locked from the inside the repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after starting to look for the missing bodies. And the door is designed to only be locked from the inside. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the room. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that certain someone... Repository door? There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There are some places I already know about. First the nurse's office where Hifumi was found, then the equipment room where Taka was found. Okay, let's go to the physics lab, because that is the fucking closest place that we can go. And then we will go to the first floor. There is a clue on Taka's body, but I'm not sure when the fuck we see it. Hopefully it will be after I check the equipment room. Oh, hello, Genocide Ashul. Justice Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was still left here. Huh? This tarp. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and just recently too.
I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away.
I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimately rare event. Fucking hell, I butchered those lines. There's some kind of tire mark that goes through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly in the repository. There was blood on its tire. Could that blood be from here? Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the third floor, so that should definitely have been possible. Equipment room bloodstained. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the first floor. Even with a dolly, there's no way to get it up to the third floor. That's still a total mystery. Can I check out the tarp? No? Okay. Let's go to the first floor then. Yeah, go there. And there will be some clues in here to find. Oh, hello, Celeste. A refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here, for blood transfusions, I guess. It doesn't help me though, I'm not a vampire. Yes, it would kinda help. But okay. It's just a normal trash can. Huh? Wait, there's something inside. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It must be a glasses cleaning cloth. And it's got some kind of cartoon character on it. What? It's also covered in blood.
Ah, did you find something?
Yeah, there's a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
A cleaning cloth?
And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Yeah, me either. But I think it might be important. Alright. Justice Hammer 3. The one that was used to kill Hifumi. Someone moved the body and left the weapon behind. Investigate the bloodstain now. Let's start to Celeste. Why are you investigating, Celeste?
I am not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I am simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you?
Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
How Hifumi was moved, eh?
When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom.
And when you got back, the body was gone.
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though.
Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
It would seem so.
To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is... I can't think of it as anything but impossible. Celeste's account. I guess that's everything in here. So this is where you've been. I've been looking for you. You have? I wanted to thank you for what you did. Nah, not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. You should go to Hiro's room. Oh, and let me give you this. Meet in the dining hall. This is a note Hiro wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression. Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow ever more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation. Goodbye. Yasuhiro's message. So he said go to Hiro's room, but what's waiting for me there? Alright, let's go. There's actually something that I want to point out. The fact that Hifumi said Yasuhiro is actually really strange. I'm not gonna say any more about it though. Which one is his? Okay. This one. The door is unlocked? I guess I can go inside. Byakuya did say to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm taking the plunge. This is Hero's room. There's all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where did he even get it all from? And what's with that camera spazzing out? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? I keep on staring at that camera, hoping it'll spaz. Yeah, there it goes, it spazzed out again! Let's look at this. I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something, and some things made out of. It looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster. Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hero's room. But wait, these blueprints. Something about them bothers me. Like the penmanship? Okay,